everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lindy and I'm back with another video. First things first, I made a poll on Instagram and Facebook on which topic to address today, and lucky for you guys, I'm gonna address both topics because it was a tie. On Instagram, the first option was higher than the second option, and on Facebook, the second option was higher than the first one. And yeah, the topics are things I wish I knew before I even applied at Unisa, and the truth about Unisa, things they don't tell people, and the pros and cons, everything. I'm just going to talk about everything. Okay, I'm going to talk about things I wish I knew first, right? So number one, I wish I knew that. Right, number one, I wish I knew about the allowances. Unisa's allowance is a bit. It's not a bit. It's literally, it's less than the other universities in South Africa. While other students get, I think, a living allowance of 1,200, we get 290. 290. Yeah, anyway, that sucks, but right. And the second one has to be the open distant learning. I did not understand the open distant concept. Like, I didn't understand it. So open distant means there's physical distance between you and the institution. Everything is done online, school, everything. You want to talk with your lecture online, you want to do everything email, everything is like technological, internet, everything. And that's one thing I did not know, and I wish I knew, because when I applied, I didn't necessarily read everything. I was just applying at different varsities, applying. And yeah. Okay, and another thing I wish I knew about Unisa was there's no res life, you guys. There's no res life, meaning no accommodation, no rest life. And that's like the worst part about it, because when you're in like high school, this rest life thing is like the hype of the hype of varsity in general, because now you're talking about you're gonna have your freedom, you're gonna go partying, you're gonna leave home, you're gonna live on your own, you're gonna do everything, freedom. But little did I know that in Unisa there's no rest life, meaning I'm no freedom. I'm currently staying at home with my parents and my brother, and but again, it didn't affect me as much because I'm not a party person, I'm not a type of person, so it didn't affect me as much. But rest life, the accommodation, there's just no accommodation. So again, we're gonna go to the three things that I wish I knew was the allowance, 290, it's not 1,200. Open distant learning, we do everything online, basically everything online. When you want to talk to your lecturer, email, everything online. Then the third one is the rest life. You don't have rest life, you stay at home, or you can just get yourself an apartment or a flat, but it's not going to be NSFAS accredited because we don't have the accommodation allowance. So just like our allowance, it's not a living allowance but rather a data allowance to buy data. That's why it's like 200 and whatever. So another thing is there are no physical lecture classes. Again, open distant learning. It was a hype that like I'm gonna sit next to a proper person, but it did not happen because there are no physical lecture classes. Classes are like on the portal, you just find your homework. But since coronavirus started, they started implementing the video call type of conference meeting, those type of things. But before the coronavirus, we would just find our homework waiting for us, and we'd do our homework and submit it and interact online, like through text, not video. But anyway, those are like the things I wish I knew. Oh, the fact that they are old people in Unisa, that sums up the entire university. University of South Africa is actually made for adults, people that couldn't go to school in their day but now are working. So that's why it's open distance learning, so that they can do their work when they come back from work, and mostly married people that are working. Hence again, the allowance is like little because they already know that people that go to our school are working, but now that everything's changed and like they are youth people my age, they still haven't changed the whole thing. So yeah, they are old people. But what is nice about those old people is that when you're in school, there's no I'm older than you. They like peers. They want you to treat them like peers. There's no my child, can you please? No, 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 no. They are actually minding their business, which is like the most coolest thing. They mind their own business. Like they get to school, they do their shit, and they leave. Like that's that. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the pros and cons of being a Unisa student, or rather of Unisa and J. Firstly, we're gonna talk about how you become your own teacher, rather. So it's both. It falls under advantage and disadvantage, because now you're gonna be a student and your own teacher. You teach yourself basically. There's no teacher that's gonna spoon feed you that this. No, you're the one that's gonna wake up and be like, hey, let me study unit 1 today, and then grasp everything. That's how it works. So the advantage part about it is that it prepares you for life. Like, you know how to do things on your own and do things on time and perfect things, because you already trained to do things alone. But the disadvantage part about it is that when you are a fresher, a first year, you're not used to these things. You still want to get spoon-fed a little nyana and prepared a little. But yeah, unfortunately, girl or guy, when you come to Unisa, remove that out of here. You have to do things on your own. Number 2 is that the pros of it is that the students are literally the best people in the entire world, according to me. Like, humanity runs in Unisa students. When you check textbooks online, they would cost you like 900 rand, 600, 700. But Unisa students, like, there's that one Unisa student that made the textbook a PDF, and we can actually share the PDF for free. Imagine you were going to spend 900 rand on a textbook, rather. Now you have it on your laptop or your phone, which is like a pro, because now you saved money. Besides, we are not working, and our allowances, although we get book allowance, but that's like, we don't use it for books as necessarily, because we don't get allowance that's as great. So we use it as our allowance. We buy clothes, buy phones, So yeah, another one is that Unisa, guys, it's very, what's this word? Incompetent. I'm sorry, English ran away for a second. But Unisa always disappoints, guys. Like, everything is always a mess with Unisa. You never get things on time. Everything is always late. Like, Unisa is. I remember I borrowed a book at the library in my first year, so I didn't know about it much, about the system, And I borrowed the book in Feb, 7th of Feb, I remember. And I got the book around March, and when I opened the book says it must be returned on the, I think, 25th of February or something like that. And I was like, hey, Batum, I got this in March. And as I read further, it says you pay a fine after. If like it says 25th, now 5 rand for the 26th, 5 rand 27th. Now it's like the 20 something of March, and now that money is like 500 and something. And I'm like, yo, like, like, I just got it now. So I went with my post office letter. I told them I got this letter today telling me I should go fetch my textbook, the book I borrowed, and I didn't get an email telling me it arrived, or SMS, nothing. And the librarian was kind of like, oh, there's nothing I can do, like, bring your student number so that we check how much you owe. But luckily, it didn't show that I borrowed the book in the first place. See how incompetent it is? Incompetent. If it's not incompetent, guys, the word incompetent. Hi guys, I'm sorry, but yeah, if it wasn't you guys, I was gonna owe a lot of money, or the whole situation was gonna be avoided. But again, it's Unisa. Like, what can I say? What can we say? What can we do? So yeah, it's always lacking. Like that's another pro. Like things are never on time, and as office are like you just get drained, and yeah, that's sad. Okay, to ace your grades or your academic years and to be the best student in Unisa, the best tip I'd give you is to make friends. You know, there are people that would be like, no, I don't have Facebook. It's not like my vibe. It's not my vibe. Like, I'm an Instagram girl, you know? Girl, when you're in Unisa, or if you want to go to Unisa and you're watching this, go download Facebook and go to the search and search Unisa. And then there's a Unisa launch thing group chat where all Unisa students are in and other lecturers are in, and a lot of people that go to Unisa are in, and they share information. And if you're studying law, you go to Unisa law students group. If you're studying psychology, there's a Unisa law student, no, Unisa psychology group. If you're studying education, there are groups for literally every course in Unisa. So download Facebook and have those groups in, and then interact with other people, exchange numbers, form group chats, exchange knowledge. That's how I actually aced my work better, you know. In my first year, my first semester, I did get good marks, you know, but there was like one module that I got a sub. And then on my second year, I remember after exams, I met this guy, Emmanuel, but I call him Ems, and he had his other friends, and we had a group chat, and we started exchanging past papers, exchanging knowledge, and that's how I actually passed that supplementary. Like, I literally passed it, and yeah, so that's like the key thing. Interact with students. If you're in your first year, make sure you have a second year student as a friend or a guardian, like what's this, guardian or whatever, so they can guide you and help you. So yeah, download Telegram. Telegram also has, and there they actually help each other with assignments, and they're always there. But I sometimes don't like Telegram because that's the most scandalous app when it comes to Unisa. People are cheating, people are plagiarizing. Like it's always a mess with what's this Telegram. So Facebook is your go-to app. Although it's kind of like ghetto and whatever, and people would say, "I'm not a Facebook type of person." Download Facebook. You'll thank me later. Anyway, you guys, that's all for today's video. I just wanted to keep it short and not draining. I know, although it's like 13 minutes or something, but yeah, that is all. And I want to say thank you again to my subscribers. We hit 100. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the ring button, and wait for your girl to post again, because me, I love you and I hope you love me. Bye.